There's a trophy in the ReMind DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 that wants you to collect all the merits on the easy fast path. So once you boot up the game, there are now 3 options. You can play the game as normal, or you can take the easy or hard path. They give you perks or negatives depending on which one you choose. The hard path, obviously negatives. The negatives can be stuff like taking away cure or reducing your defense to practically nothing. The perks for the easy route can be enemies die in one hit, or more attractions show up and stuff like that. Basically, the merits are little challenges that the game wants you to complete, and they're pretty cool. You can also unlock this by beating the secret boss for your current save. So if you want to make sure you super clear one of your saves that you've already done everything on prior, you don't have to start a new game and do this. You can do it on an existing save. So the first one is take out 13 enemies, and I think you can't use magic and you can't be on the ground. And you have to use your Keyblade. This is technically a loophole. You're not on the ground and you are using your Keyblades. So yeah, this is the easiest way to do that. The next one, I didn't actually show off what it is, but it's basically kill 20 shadows or neo shadows with rage. And the easiest place is the level 0 battle gate in the Keyblade graveyard, because it's just filled with shadows and neo shadows. So basically what I did there was I made sure my defense is lowered, so because I'm level 99, even on critical, they're not going to do much damage to me. So I'm never going to get Rage Form before Dawn and to kill them. And I've given it so that Rage Form is boosted more often. If you beat the game through the secret mode, you actually get both easy and pro, so it's much easier to do this. I do recommend that. But yeah, as simple as that. Once you kill 20 shadows or neo shadows with Rage Form, you win. Basically, it's just that simple. I really like these challenges. I think they're really cool little additions. And as you'll see, like, some of them are pretty challenging to work out which is the easiest way to do it. So what is the next one? Aha! Defeat 77 enemies at one time with a link. I recommend the Flan in Monstropolis and use King's Flare. I didn't realise at first that you can just simply walk into them with King's Flare and you get it, but yeah, basically you just need to move around and you win. I actually showed the whole minute and a half of this because it's actually pretty epic. But yeah, I really like these little challenges. I kind of wish they had one for each world, honestly, because they're really interesting and creative. Like, there's a lot that you could do with it. If they ever decide to do a second DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3, which I really doubt, but just suppose that they did. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if they did, I would very much be up for seeing more of these, because they are really cool. But yeah, Simba is definitely the best way to do it, because his explosion at the end just leaves a lot of fire. And is pretty effective. And I just kept this going because, well, quite frankly, I thought it was really cool. I've never been bad at this one, but as you can see from my record, it wasn't anything spectacular. And I certainly wasn't expecting what happened next. Like, I just wasn't expecting to actually use the whole time. I got fairly lucky here and there, granted, but it's still awesome. Like, you can't take this away from me! I'm just proud that I landed exactly on 50,000. So, is the next one ice? Yes. Okay, so freeze and shatter 30 enemies in one battle. This is actually quite difficult. So you put on MP regen and choose the level 1 blizzard, just standard blizzard. Go to the battle gates near Zeus, at the top of the gods in Olympus, and yeah, just these soldiers keep regenerating as long as you don't kill the rock trolls. It's not going to be a quick process. I recommend actually killing these soldiers purely with Blizzard, so hitting them with Blizzard and then hit them again to kill them. Because if you kill them with your Keyblades, sometimes you won't actually kill them while they're shattered. You actually free them from their ice casing and then it won't have counted. Also, accidentally hitting an ice trail is really annoying in this version. But yeah, it took me a couple of tries to find a place that was actually good for it. I tried a couple of battle gates and it just didn't really work. The next one, the Gigas Challenge, or Gigas or whatever. So put attraction pass on. Make sure you actually have your attractions on, and you see the attraction extenders and the enhancers that I don't have on. Yeah, maybe put them on. You'll probably want them. So with this, I would recommend actually hurting some of them beforehand. Also, I was way over there on the left, and the camera did not want to follow me. But yeah, I recommend trying to whittle their health down a little bit first, because they are actually quite resilient. Not like they're gonna be a huge hindrance or anything, but it helps, because they don't spawn until some of them die, and yeah, fortunately it did work out well for me. If it doesn't work well for you, just leave the store, make sure you've loaded out of the entire area, and then come back in, and yeah, they should always spawn. Yeah, I could only ever get this or the pirate ship in this area. I don't know if that's a scripted thing. I think this is your best bet. The pirate ship was not very helpful at this. But even then, it took a while for me to get this right. I did try upstairs as well. I don't think it's as good. The bottom floor is definitely the best place to try this, unless you get lucky. Okay, so we're coming up to my favourite challenge. And this is why I want one of these for each world, because it's awesome. So the Skywalk challenge. You have to get from the tower to the kingdom without touching the ground more than 5 times. Also, if you walk at any point, you lose. So basically glide, with the exception of 1 or 2 times where you're actually going to have to just land and jump before you move to get higher. So you may be thinking, wait a minute, there's a section where I have to walk up a wall. That is not classed as walking, so you're fine with that. But I just love this. It's really cool to explore this world in this way, in a way that you might not have before. Like, most people would probably just stop and kill the enemies as you're travelling through because you're getting synthesis items, or you might just warp to another place via a save or whatever. But no, this is a nice way to sort of just explore the whole layout of the world, and yeah, it's just lovely. It's really cool. I love stuff like this, and I really appreciate what they did with this kind of challenge. Now, I haven't tried any of the pro challenges as of recording this, so I don't know exactly how they're going to work for a critical save that's already completed the game. Like, I don't know if I just need to use it, because with a level 99 critical save, even when it's like reducing my defense and whatnot, I still think they're going to be fairly easy pro challenges if I like just go through a world, because my defenses will be limited, but they're not going to be terrible. I'll still have second chance and stuff. So like, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how challenging that actually is. With a new save, oh, absolutely, fair enough. That will be certainly a challenge. But yeah, for now, it's maybe not, which is interesting. But yeah, it's cool. I think this is really awesome. Just gliding around, and it's interesting because before this DLC came out, before the decade ended, I did a top 100 games of the last decade. And Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 was above Kingdom Hearts 3 for me. But for different reasons. Well, one of them being I personally preferred Kingdom Hearts 2, but also it was a collection of 4 brilliant games and some movies. And yeah, it was Chain of Memories is there to hit or miss. But anyway, still, like, it's 4 brilliant games and some movies, and yeah, it's really great. Oh, actually, before I get to that point, you may think you need to stop. You can actually raise yourself by another rock, and you don't actually need to let go. So just pretty cool. Anyway, yeah. So I had Kingdom Hearts 3 genuinely unintentionally at number 13. Way too fitting. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was Order 66, which I found amusing. Again, not on purpose. But yeah, you can do this. Also, you can actually dash into a wall and jump that way, and it's counted, or you can grab on, and that sort of works. So yeah, that's how you do that. But yeah, I think this DLC has... It might be my favourite Kingdom Hearts game. I just love the data battles and the secret boss. They are a thrill unlike anything I have encountered in a Kingdom Hearts game before. Like, okay, admittedly somewhat stressful. I really want to play through Proud Mode, so I have like a leisure version of those bosses, because Critical is... it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. So exhilarating and fun, but it's nuts. But yeah, like a proud mode of it will sort of just be like, oh yeah, no, it's still super hard, because apparently some of my friends are playing on proud, some are playing on standard. They're both struggling for different reasons. Also, I love how I was stuck on a rock or a log. And you also get stuck here, it's just like, don't do this to me, game. But yeah, I bloody love those battles. The data battles for Kingdom Hearts 2 is what made that game one of my favourites, and this has just done the same for me with this. I'm like, oh, it's so good! And this kind of thing just makes it even cooler and just, oh, mwah, love it. So what's next? Alright, so, before we get to this challenge, I'm going to tell you to warp from the Caribbean, and you see that constellation over there that I got interrupted by. Yeah, just to the right of, or the left, depending on which direction you're taking off from, or looking or whatever. Yeah, get that constellation. If you snap up that constellation, you'll get a ship. I recommend, if you haven't beaten the Swordgeist already, this is not the ship, by the way, you will get a ship from that constellation. That constellation, that ship is 200 speed, so it will get you in here. You need to be at least level 30. It is not easy to get an A rank. You need to get an A rank, which requires 1,000,000 points. Getting an A rank with that ship is nigh impossible because it's very hard to survive. Just, it's much easier. It's a good ship to use if you haven't done it already. I did it at level 31. Seriously, it's doable at level 30 with that ship. Anyway, once you beat the Schwarzgeist or whatever it's called, you get the Golden Highwind. Your like highest amount you can have per like gummy build is like 1,500 points. This has like 4,800 or something. It's really, really good. Very powerful. What you want to do is you want to take out the legs and take out the little discs that are firing at you. Do not take out the top dome. Try not to even hit it if you can. You get 10,000 per disc, and it is the only way to actually get to 1,000,000 without basically killing it. So yeah, it's a long struggle. I recommend taking the constellation route, beating it. I'm not gonna lie to you, it took me like 10 to 15 minutes to beat it in one attempt with that thing, but I didn't die. It wasn't actually that hard. You just keep moving in a circular motion. Make sure you have the heart power up so you can press triangle to heal yourself, or if you're on Xbox, maybe something else. But make sure you can heal with it. Very handy, very efficient. And yeah, just make sure you do that. And then when you've got this gummy ship, it is by far the most powerful thing in the game. If you want to do all the gummy missions and go for everything, which is actually a lot of fun, I've actually completed it 100%. Yeah, this gummy ship makes it way easier. It's also a good way to get money and synthesis items, destroy any rocks in all of the free gummy areas, and also move around collecting the money. Really, really good for grinding money and items for synthesis, so I can highly recommend that. But yeah, there you go, A rank, and you win! So, next up, again, this goes back to the whole challenge per world kind of thing. Bowling challenge. Defeat 10 enemies at one time using the team attack Scream Strike. So put on the thing that increases the chance of team commands, and I recommend going to this part of the factory. I think it's after you take the elevator at the save point. I think it's the I want to say third save point in the level. This room right here is very effective. Lots of ground enemies. The air enemies are weak enough that they'll be taken out by a Scream Strike, and if there are any that survive, then yeah, they'll be taken out by Mike here. Very, very effective way of doing it. So I can recommend that. And then finally, you need to beat a level 2 battle gate with survival on. Survival basically times is yours and the enemy's magic and physical attack by 3, which can be a problem. And I just chose this one because swag, really no other reason, just effective, just swag. But yeah, just if you're level 99 and critical, something like this will actually damage you quite easily, as you'll see in a second. Like, it charged at me and it hurt me. But you've got a second chance, and once more, you're not going to die. It's really not going to be a problem. Look at its health bar. It's got quite a lot of health. It won't for long. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that just lost, what, 5-6 bars in literally one attack, and that attack wasn't even finished. But yeah, there you go. That's it. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, leave a like, subscribe, share the video around. I also have a Twitch, a Twitter, and a Patreon if you would like to support me and a channel. I also have a couple of other series on my channel, like a Skylanders developer commentary with Toys for Bob developers, which I recommend checking out. But thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.